Look, there's an open letter from the FBI to all the parents, guardians, and caregivers. Over the course of the last few years, the FBI has observed a concerning increased presence by online actors involved in predatory activity. These predators target children across the United States and Canada, are commonly referred to as the 764 group. These networks employ tactics described as sadistic online exploitation, or SOE. They seek out children online through mobile messaging apps, social media, gaming platforms, and so on. After identifying a potential target, the predators methodically attempt to befriend the potential victims. This is where it's imperative for you to teach your child not to share any sort of internal family issues to individuals online. This grooming process often includes the predator establishing a trusting or romantic relationship with the victim. The goal of the relationship is to allow the predator to manipulate and threaten the child into producing and sharing child sexual abuse material, or CSAM, acts of animal cruelty, self harm, or violence, by which they are essentially either rewarded because they feel like they're part of something, or they're exploited to commit more, or the information that was shared will be made public. That is what drives an individual to commit acts like that, especially when they're children. However, not all of these predators follow the same ideology, but they do seek out young people. Predators may be engaged in criminal activity for sexual gratification, social status, or a sense of belonging, and for a mix of other reasons. You just never know. It could also be a gateway to being radicalized to do terror acts. Now, the FBI takes each case seriously and works with its law enforcement partners, not just in country, but also foreign law enforcement and intelligence agencies, in order to ensure offenders are held accountable. We saw an example of this with the recent sentencing of an individual who was involved in online activity, who was actually from the European nations. Now, for someone who spent 27 years in law enforcement, I can tell you, and having dealt a lot with terrorism, the radicalization process and how these exploitations happen is literally becoming more and more prominent, especially with apps like TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and the use of Legos to make statements and reel those kids in. So you need to pay attention to what your children are doing. Get those parental apps to keep track of what they're saying. Pay attention to what they're telling you at the dinner table or in passing, or what they're discussing with their friends, because that exposure and the grooming is what leads to radicalization, regardless of what the topic is. If you like this video, you'd like to see more, make sure you follow, like, share, comment, and be vigilant and be safe out there. Thanks for watching.